What's going on? What's going on? It is nippy outside. Brother Jeff, welcome to the Lone Wolf Show. I wanted to talk about a topic that I believe is important. Again, it's about relationships because that's what we talk about. God, relationships, what our purpose is, and what our role is as a husband, as a boyfriend, as a fiance in a relationship. Remember, God created the man, put him in the garden, then he brought Eve in to complement him, to be an assistant. I look at relationships like basketball. You have a head coach and you have an assistant coach. I'm switching hands because it is cold. And if you've ever played sports or coached, you know what I'm talking about, right? You can't have a head coach and assistant coach butting heads all the time, trying to fight for control. It's just not going to work out well. The head coach and the assistant coach both have to have mutual respect for one another. My bad, the low percentage went on, so if the video paused. You have to have mutual respect for each other. Okay, you have to appreciate what your girlfriend, fiance, or wife brings to your life. And she has to appreciate and respect you and trust you to be the leader. Because let's just be honest, man, women don't like to really be accountable for things that go wrong. They just don't like to take responsibility because they've always been looked at as the more vulnerable of the sexes. And so it's easy for them to be like, I don't know. And so it doesn't matter what you think. Even if you say, okay, I'd rather have my lady lead the relationship, I feel more comfortable that way. Okay, cool. But when things go wrong, it's still going to be your fault. Because 70% of relationships or divorces are initiated by women. And so, it's going to be on you, dog. That's just the bottom line. A wife's not going to divorce you and be like, it's my fault. I'm not doing my job. I'm just going to divorce you. No, you ain't doing your job. And so you have to understand that. So if you ever watched the old Lakers and the Bulls back in the days with Phil Jackson, the assistant coach was the one that created the triangle offense. So the assistant coach, man, that's a crazy, who would ever thought of that? Because back in the days, it was the point guard brought the ball up and that's how it was. So the triangle offense, anybody who can handle the ball could bring the ball up. And so, yeah, the assistant coach created that. My wife, I tell you, she doesn't want to lead the relationship. She wants me to lead the relationship. That's what she prefers, and that's what I prefer. And we agreed on that together. She is great. She is great at what she does, and I try to be great at what I do. But we're not perfect. You know what I mean? We make mistakes. But women by nature are more emotional. So if you let the wife be the leader, she's probably going to make a lot of her decisions are going to be emotional decisions. And so you have to understand that. Men, we're supposed to think first, say, okay, does this make sense? And then decide, okay, and then how does that make me feel? But women by nature are more emotional, so they react on, okay, how does this make me feel? They make decisions based on how they feel, and then they see, does that make sense? Right? If they do, right? That's just how naturally we are, how God created us. But ever since the 60s, men have been learning to be more emotional and start to identify more with the feminine. So because we don't have the masculine presence at home and around us in the community, we tend to be more emotional. And it doesn't mean gay. It could be like, it could be just very angry, not knowing how to control that anger. So yeah, and I'm telling you, man, women, the more feminine a woman is, the more masculine she wants her man to be. And so it's very important to understand that. And so being a leader, it's going to fall on your shoulders. That's the bottom line. If you're with a girl and she's not really acting right, she's always causing drama, you can fire her. You know what I'm saying? You're fired. And find someone, ask God to bring someone in your life who can really compliment you instead of trying to always fight with you. Okay? And if you're that dude who's always fighting with your girl over control over the relationship, you shouldn't have to fight. Maybe you need to look within and say, okay, well, what am I doing wrong? What am I not doing that I should be doing? So I look at it like that. A head coach and assistant coach have to work together if they want to make things right. And so you have to understand that and respect what she brings to the table, because women come equipped. And I'll do another video for another time about that. They come equipped and they come ready. They're ready to do their part and to help out. You know what I mean? I could tell you emotionally, I almost made a really bad decision based on my emotions when I went to buy a house. I love the brick style of the East Coast home, and I wanted to get this big home, and it had so much work that needed to be done, and I was stressed and I couldn't sleep. I'm like, they need some money down. They need a commitment from me. And my wife's like, I don't think so. Like that's gonna cost us a lot of money. This place is bad. And so she had to come in and calm me down and say, hey, it's all right. Like this is not, I don't think we should do this. But hey, she's gonna trust me with whatever decision I make. And so I had to realize that wasn't the right decision. I thank God for that. So the important thing is always make sure you pray too, because we can get caught up in our feelings and so yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So just remember, in your relationship, if you're the man and you want to be a leader, it comes with great responsibility. So we got to be accountable when things go bad. So take credit when they go good. But yeah, but especially intimately, women, I don't know, they just open up to a man who's more on the dominant side of life. Let's just say that. And I don't mean dominant like caveman. I just mean he's confident in his decisions and he's firm in his decisions. But he's also willing to listen to his wife because she brings a lot of value and she compliments him very well. And so, yeah, just like in the garden, this fruit looks really lovely. Maybe we should bite this fruit. And Adam should have said, you know what God said, right? So whoosh, slap that fruit out of her hand. No. You're sleeping outside the garden tonight. Anyway, y'all stay up. God bless you guys.